The regular season has come to a conclusion. The Badgers in Minnesota in the annual battle for Paul Bunyan's axe. We'll check out some of the highlights from Saturday's game up in Minneapolis. We'll hear from some of the Badger players. Of course, we'll check in with head coach Luke Fickle, and we will hear from linebacker Christian Allegro, very promising-looking freshman out of Connecticut, as well as safety Preston Zachman, young man out of Pennsylvania. All coming up on today's edition of the Badger Sports Report. Second down and 5 for Wisconsin. Mordecai gets the snap, looking left, throwing left, end zone, left side, caught Will Pauling, touchdown Wisconsin. Tanner Mordecai hooks up with Pauling, and the Badgers with a quick answer late in the second quarter. Give it to Braylon Allen up the middle across the 50-yard line, still up 45-40. Allen 35-30, down the sideline 20, 10, 5, and out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. They'll mark at the 4. First down, goal to go, Wisconsin. A 50-yard run from Braylon Allen. Two receivers right, one on the left. Mordecai gives it to Braylon again. Up the middle, touchdown, Wisconsin. Brought to you by Braylon Allen. And the Badgers take the lead. Kaliakmanis takes the snap, back to throw. 3 yards deep in the end zone, chased by Petrosky. Kaliakmanis throwing, and it's intercepted by Ricardo Hallman, who rolls to the turf at the 21-yard line of Minnesota as they grab Paul Bunyan's axe, and they'll take it back to Madison where it belongs.
We hit some bumps, we hit some holes in the road, and to come out and respond the way we did these last 2 weeks. This is the team I know.
Being able to touch the axe, the one that I grew up watching players chop on the goalpost with every single year was definitely special. Something that I'll remember forever.
A couple weeks ago, it was trying to be bowl eligible, and once we accomplished that, obviously that came with the Freedom Trophy, but. Next step was the axe, and that was a non-negotiable. We had to leave here with it. So to go out like that for the regular season is amazing.
Let's go, man. Hey, you done my 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
The end around, Chemere Dike to the 10, to the 5, touchdown Wisconsin! Pass pops out of the air, it's picked off by Muma Jameta. He's gone! Braylon Allen all the way! Touchdown, Wisconsin! And it's picked off by Hunter Waller. There is a big, big win for the Wisconsin Badgers.
The Badger Sports Report is presented by UW Health. UW Health Sports Medicine, treating the Badgers, treating you. And is brought to you by the Construction Business Group, Wisconsin operating engineers and respected contractors, buildingwisconsintogether.com. And by Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
After a serious accident, you'll need a team to fight for the results you deserve. We're here for you whenever you need us. Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
I've always been a storyteller. I capture those beautiful moments, things other people miss. My health took an unexpected turn, but my care team put my needs in focus, designing solutions to support my ambitions. Now that's just a footnote in my journey, a small part of a story that's still being written. UW Health, remarkable.
Bananas are only 39 cents a pound at Hy-Vee. That's not a sale price. That's the price with the Hy-Vee Perks membership. And 39 cents a pound is not just the price today or this week, it's the Perks price every day. With the Hy-Vee Perks membership, you can save on hundreds of products store-wide every time you shop and count on Perks prices to stay the same. So if you want to pay less for bananas every day, sign up for Hy-Vee Perks. It's free and easy.
These are operating engineers. They operate top-of-the-line, innovative machines and build stuff that matters. And operating engineers are well paid. They even get paid to train. As an apprentice, you can make $56,000 a year from day one. During training, no school loans and no debt. When your training is complete, you'll have a stable career job that is high skill, high tech, and high pay. We need operating engineers right now. Your future can begin today.
After a serious accident, you'll need a team to fight for the results you deserve. We're here for you whenever you need us. Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
With the Minnesota game in the books, the regular season has come to an end. We always talk, and I know as we are joined by head coach Luke Fickle, going into the final home game, you get asked a lot about the seniors, and then certainly after the final regular season game. You've got to know these folks, and if it's somebody like Tanner Mordecai who comes in from another school, or the guys like a Marty Stry, a CJ Getz, Muma Jameta, just give us from your perspective what you've learned about those guys and maybe some appreciation for what they've been able to do.
Well, obviously what I've learned, it's easier to get to know the Tanner Mordecais because he's kind of in the same exact mode as you are, his first time here and things like that. But to get to know the CJs and the Mumas and the Marty, you recognize more than anything the pride they have in this place, the pride they have in what it is that they've done here. And it doesn't always go the way they had planned it, and it doesn't always end the way they had wanted it to end, meaning the big picture of things over their 5 years or in 6 years in some guys' case. But that they will have owned what it is that they've done here, and they will ultimately represent this place for the rest of their life.
It's always something, too. Coaches I've talked to in the past, and maybe you went through this, I can't remember exactly how it worked at your alma mater, where the introductions happen before the game. You see the family, and I've talked to coaches like, you're always a little nervous about that because you got to get the guys to refocus. Is that something that goes through your mind too?
Yeah, I've never loved that because that's a unique time as before you go out to take the field. But that's how it's kind of been done in most every place I've been. Whether I was a player, I didn't love it then either. But it's out of respect. It's in honor of not just them, but also their families or the people that will be that last moment with them that it means a lot to. And if those guys can't refocus, then nobody can because they've done this, they know what it's all about, and they're excited about the opportunity.
Well, we talked last week about rivalry games, and that's part of what makes college football special. So is a senior day, and I've asked guys through the years, including this year, when they know it's their last lap, do they give themselves a few seconds to just take a look around and take it all in? And the answers vary. What were you like?
No.
Not at all. Didn't think so.
No, that's why I didn't like, even as a player, to have to kind of have that moment there before. But you know what? As you get a little bit older, hopefully you can remind them that this is an opportunity, and hopefully when they do go out there, if they're with family members and things like that, they do at least, if they don't remember it right then, if they don't have their mind in it right then, in the long run, when they look back at it, they'll know that who was with them and what it meant for them to be on that field with them before their last game.
The goal of any program, I know a coach would want this of any player, is to play your best in your final year. Does that happen more often than not, or does that vary a lot? Obviously, there are circumstances, injuries, and all that, but have you seen a lot of cases where they do save the best for last?
Yeah, and I think that your best teams are when those guys, in particular the seniors, play their best ball. Because they're the ones that got the most invested. They're the ones that are the greatest example of everything that you do. And if you're going to have a really, really good season, if you're going to have a good finish, it's a lot of times onto them and how they play and the examples that they set. And it's not the easiest thing in the world, because you go through injuries and different things like that. But to me, it's so critical of your seniors in a program because they are the heartbeat of everything you do.
Observation here, you can confirm or correct me, but we're talking about the seniors and somebody like Tanner Mordecai, who can't, this is his one and only year here, but it just seems even from our seat that players really look up to this guy. Like he's been around here more than one season. We seeing that right?
There's no doubt. I don't know how he has done it. I know he did it from the time he walked in the door, but how he'd earned so much respect of all the guys. It didn't quite show as much maybe throughout the entire season. I mean, from the guys, but we all just evaluate performances and we all evaluate wins and losses. But what it is that he's done and what it is that he did to earn the respect of those guys and to create, and help us build, I don't know if that can be done. I mean, it's not done that often, I know that.
Yeah, one tough dude, that's for sure, Tanner Mordecai. He had to fight through a lot to get himself back onto the football field. We'll take a break. We have more to come as we continue with the Badger Sports Report.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. We believe in financial security for Wisconsin public school employees and their families. WEA Member Benefits, proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. WEABenefits.com.
My favorite breakfast is Odyssey yogurt. I asked Mommy where it comes from, and she took me to a dairy farm to learn all about milk and, most importantly, cows. Wisconsin cows are definitely the happiest, which means they make the tastiest yogurt. My favorite is blueberry. What's your flavor? Support your local farmers. EIEI Odyssey.
I had big dreams. Then I got sick. UW Health made it their mission to give me a fresh start and a new kidney. Now my dreams are infinite. UW Health. Remarkable.
During the course of the season, we have seen some true freshmen that get in the lineup for the Wisconsin Badgers, either via special teams or offense, defense, including Christian Allegro, linebacker, and we have seen him in at crunch time of some games this season. Let's go back. Let's turn back the clock a few weeks ago, the Illinois game. I mean, it was a great comeback win for you guys. And looking at that last possession, Illinois, and there's 28 out there.
Yeah.
What was that like? Did you not enough time to think about it? Just go play? Take us through that.
It was pretty bizarre. I was actually on kickoff, and I was running down the field on kickoff, and I was like in the end zone, like about to run off to the sideline, and the coach starts screaming my name, Allegro, Allegro. I'm like, what? Like, what's going on here? And they're like, you're in. So I run on the field. I'm not quite sure. They just start screaming spy, like you be spy. So I run on the field, and that was literally my only job, was to spy the QB because he was running all over the field. And luckily, I wasn't quite sure what I was doing, and I think by the second play, I was like, all right, spy the QB, you're good. Yeah, like you said, I didn't really have time to even like get nervous or, you know what I'm saying. I just went on the field, and all I was thinking was just do your job and just execute. So.
You got your hand on the ball on a pass too, right? So that'd feel pretty good. A big part of that last stop.
That was awesome. Just to be able to do that, especially in crunch time. It was exciting to make my first play, especially in my freshman season. So yeah, that was awesome.
Reading about you when you came here, once you got on campus, I think the quote was, once you stepped on campus, you fell in love with the place, right? Take us through that experience the first time you visited Wisconsin.
So I believe the first time I visited was back in December on my OV. I only visited once. I had OVs from Wake Forest to here, and I think Wake Forest was my first OV, and it was like, and I came here, and it was like, I remember I came in, it was like a blizzard. And I was like, yep, this is it. I want to come here. I just fell in love with the campus, the coaching staff, the position they wanted me to play. Obviously, great academics. So it was something just like in my heart, in my mind, like this is a spot for you.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are now. So
outside backer. That's what attracted you. You said, just to be clear, right?
Yeah, they recruited me as an outside backer. Said maybe you'll play some inside. But I think they liked my athleticism, and they knew.
For sure. People, I mean, you've been asked this, I'm sure, a lot in the recruiting process, but lacrosse was a big part of your background. Originally, that was going to be your ticket, right? Navy. When did that change? When did you really lock in, as much as you enjoy lacrosse, when did football really start to be the sport, like, okay, this is what I want to take a run at here?
So I think it was 2 years ago. My senior season at Darien High School. It was after that football season. I was committed to Navy for lacrosse that whole football season. And after that season, we won the state championship. I went 12-1, and I was like, I just knew I wanted to play football in college. I was like, as much as I love lacrosse, and that was great my whole life, I just knew, because I played football and lacrosse my whole life, I just knew in the back of my head I wanted to play football at another level. So I remember just talking to my mom, like, Mom, what do I do, like lacrosse or football? And she's like, just do what you want to do. So we talked about a postgraduate year because Navy wanted me to do an extra year because of my age and stuff like that.
Sure.
So I went to Avon Old Farms for a postgraduate year, and I kind of just decommitted right when I got there, kind of just banking on just getting some offers or something, so I literally just put everything into football. for that 1 year. I had a great coach, Coach Schuley. He helped me with the recruiting process and all that. And luckily, everything just worked out. And I remember just always having an eye on Wisconsin football. Just the tradition that they have here. Always wanted to come here. I always had an eye on Wisconsin football.
I see you obviously you're playing some, and there are other guys, freshmen, who are not yet, but will, and there's a lot of talent there. I mean, you guys, that young group, you feel pretty excited about what lies ahead for this Wisconsin program.
Yeah, we have a lot of talent in our class, and all the guys are working extremely hard, whether they're in scout or if they're in the exchange periods. So, there's a lot of talent, and I have no doubt in my mind we'll be great in these upcoming seasons.
The atmospheres of Big Ten stadiums, I mean, one of the reasons you came here is to be a part of it. If it's a night game at Camp Randall or going on the road, what's that been like for you the first time around here?
It's been unreal, especially early in the season when I started playing on special teams. It was just an unreal atmosphere. I just remember walking out of the tunnel for the first time, especially at Camp Randall, and just like looking up at the stadium, like, oh my Lord. And the away games as well. Even Washington State, just like the college atmosphere it's just another level. But once you're on the field, you kind of just settle in, get in the zone. So
we're talking about getting out of there on defense in the Illinois game, and that was everything just happened quickly. But you mentioned playing special teams. Just getting in there in special teams units, is that gone a long way to help you? Okay, here's the speed of the game, so when I'm called upon to get in there with the linebackers, I have an idea of what it's like firsthand at this level.
Yeah, exactly. I think just being on special team just allows you to understand that you're still playing football. It's just a game. Just go out there, play your hardest, have fun. I think, exactly like you said, I think special teams has helped me a lot, especially starting on kickoff earlier in the season and then pump block and stuff like that. Just getting a feel for the game, the pace of the game, it's helped me a lot for sure.
Well, the final thought you said when you came here was the big snowstorm, so you fell in love right away. So as it gets cooler here in November, for some, that's a big adjustment. For you, it's like whatever, right?
Yeah.
Just let it be cold.
It's definitely a little colder here than it is on the East Coast, but nothing wrong with a little snow here and there. So, yeah.
You're in the right place.
Gotta embrace it.
There you go. Kristen Allegro, part of this bright future, pretty good in the present, with a lot to look forward to moving forward with this Badger football program. We'll take a break. More to come on the Badger Sports Report.
After a serious accident, you'll need a team to fight for the results you deserve. We're here for you whenever you need us. Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
Bananas are only 39 cents a pound at Hy-Vee. That's not a sale price. That's the price with the Hy-Vee Perks membership. And 39 cents a pound is not just the price today or this week, it's the Perks price every day. With the Hy-Vee Perks membership, you can save on hundreds of products store-wide every time you shop. And count on Perks prices to stay the same. So if you want to pay less for bananas every day, sign up for Hy-Vee Perks. It's free and easy.
WEA member benefits, dedicated to helping Wisconsin public school employees become financially secure with programs designed for the education community. Proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics, WEAbenefits.com.
This Badger defense has continued to get better during the course of the season, and they've been able to use a lot of guys, especially in the secondary, including this guy, Preston Zachman from Elysburg, Pennsylvania. And I got to, before we start talking about this year and your contributions to the defense, anybody who's looked up your bio, the high school career, the state championships, plural, in your senior year, 16-0, like 55-5, that was the average score. I mean, nothing that resembled a tense game, apparently, especially during your senior year.
Yeah, I mean, my senior year, we had, my class in general, we had a lot of kids that went on to play Division I football and from a small school, so, I mean, we kind of just went out there and it was just like having fun. We pretty much played till halftime every game, and by then it was a blowout, and we would just watch the rest of the games. And like my state championship game was 74-7.
So did it get to the point where you guys were mad if you didn't pitch a shutout? Is that just how it went?
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty much our goal every week was like we should shut this team out. And like if we were counting like our shutouts, like every single year, like how many times we could get a shutout, and we were trying to get a shutout obviously every single game.
Well, like a lot of really good high school players, you know life on both sides of the ball, right? I mean, talk about pitching a shutout, but you pitched it around a little bit too, play a little quarterback, right?
Yeah, I mean, my senior year, I pretty much only played quarterback just because they were trying not to get me hurt playing me on defense. So I played defense maybe the first few games, or if we played like some bigger competition or whatever, maybe early in the game I'd play it, but then once it got out of hand, I would just be playing quarterback.
Let's jump to the college this season. How much fun you having just being out there every week, contributing the way you have been contributing this year?
Yeah, I mean, it's been really fun to just be out there playing. I struggled with some injuries early on in my career, so now it's just being able to go out there and just show what I can do, just play with some of the guys, some of my best friends. I mean, it's just been an awesome feeling.
You mentioned that Ohio State game with your former teammate Julian Fleming. Walk us through that end zone interception, man. That was a big play in the game. Ohio State, you know, it looked like it was driving down the field, and you come up with one of the biggest plays of that game. Take us through that.
Yeah, I mean, it was just kind of a unique situation. I was free on that play, and it's kind of one of those things where I don't know if he saw me. I don't know really why he threw it, but you got to catch the ones that they throw to you, and I mean, I'm thankful that he threw it to me.
Well, you did a great job of making sure you had a foot inbounds, clutching the ball through the process. I've heard Coach Fickle, he was talking to the media here recently, if you touch it, you clutch it, and, you know, talking about receivers, but I guess you know that philosophy on the defensive side as well, right?
Yep, that definitely. If they throw them to you, you got to catch them.
Talk to us about this secondary. People know about Hunter Wohler. They're learning, obviously, about Ricardo Holman at corner. I mean, you feel like you guys have come a long way as a group. I mentioned at the top how much better this defense seems to be getting during the course of the season. That back end is pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's just kind of learning this new defense, and maybe early in the year, like we were just working some things out, unsure of it. But then I think as the season goes on, we're getting more and more comfortable. More and more turnovers and big havoc plays that they talk about creating. I mean, you're seeing more and more of that every single week.
They always talk about playing fast, right? And not just talking about 40 times, but you feel like you guys as a group can just maybe think a little bit less and just play.
Yeah, that's the big philosophy with these coaches, is just trying not to have us think too much and just let us go around and fly around, find the ball, create turnovers, anything like that.
Coach Fickle from the outset talked to you guys about, you know, playing your best ball at the end of the season, now into the month of November. How you feeling? I've talked to some of your teammates, and they feel like the strength, the level, the weight level has been the same. All that work that you guys did with Brady Collins and his staff, you feel like now that can really start to pay off for you?
Yeah, I think this is really when that off-season training comes in and pays its dues. Is just like when you put in that hard work later in the year, that's like when you notice it, it's like, oh yeah, my body still feels like I'm ready to go. I still feel like we can compete and dominate these games, and I think that just contributes to everything that those coaches put into us in the offseason.
And you feel like the best is yet to come with this group. I mentioned you guys feel like you're getting better. You said you're able to play faster, but the ceiling, you probably still haven't felt like you've hit that ceiling yet, right?
Yeah, that's the crazy thing, is we see we're getting better and better each week, but I feel like we still have so much more room to grow, and I think we're going to continue to grow.
How cool is that, a Camp Randall environment under the lights like that?
Yeah, that was an amazing experience. I think that was probably the best experience and atmosphere I've played in since I've been here.
All right, it's exciting to watch this group, excited to watch this guy continue to grow in the program as well. We'll take a break. More to come as we continue with the Badger Sports Report.
I had big dreams. Then I got sick. UW Health made it their mission to give me a fresh start and a new kidney. Now my dreams are infinite. UW Health. Remarkable.
These are operating engineers. They operate top-of-the-line innovative machines and build stuff that matters. And operating engineers are well paid. They even get paid to train. As an apprentice, you can make $56,000 a year from day one. During training, no school loans and no debt. When your training is complete, you'll have a stable career job that is high skill, high tech, and high pay. We need operating engineers right now. Your future can begin today.
After a serious accident, you'll need a team to fight for the results you deserve. We're here for you whenever you need us. Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
The Badger Sports Report is presented by UW Health. UW Health Sports Medicine, treating the Badgers, treating you. and is brought to you by the Construction Business Group, Wisconsin operating engineers and respected contractors. BuildingWisconsinTogether.com. And by Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
Now the Badgers await their bowl destination. They'll sift through all the conference championship games, get the college football playoff teams lined up, and then the Badgers will find out where they will be bowling for the 22nd consecutive year, extending the Big Ten's longest streak and the third longest streak in the country. We'll talk to you next week. Thanks for watching.
This has been a presentation from Learfield.
I've always been a storyteller. I capture those beautiful moments, things other people miss. My health took an unexpected turn, but my care team put my needs in focus, designing solutions to support my ambitions. Now that's just a footnote in my journey, a small part of a story that's still being written. UW Health, remarkable.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. Proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics, WEABenefits.com.
My favorite breakfast is Odyssey yogurt. I asked Mommy where it comes from, and she took me to a dairy farm to learn all about milk and, most importantly, cows. Wisconsin cows are definitely the happiest, which means they make the tastiest yogurt. My favorite is blueberry. What's your flavor? Support your local farmers. EIEI Odyssey.